All right, so today's YouTube Friday. Just wanted to try to give you a quick tip here. So this should be a relatively short video on testing something, but I'm going to use Google Meet to kind of try to show it, and so we'll see how this works, and if it works, great. But something we've been hearing for as we look at different pieces that people are liking or they want. I'm going to throw up my presentation here. We'll just do this one. So what I may do, I'm going to turn that off real quick and try this again. So what we're doing here is I just want to kind of show you guys maybe a way that you can try using, I know a lot of people are looking for document cameras, a lot of people are using for, something that they want to try to work with and kind of balance as they go through this. Well, one thing, instead of bringing home maybe your whole document camera or, trying to do something too crazy, if you have both your devices from the iPad side and from the other side, you can try using your iPad as kind of like a document camera. So I'm kind of testing this out on the fly. So if it looks a little hokey or herky-jerky, that's fine. But I just wanted to at least try to show you something that might be useful as you go through, and maybe you want to use your iPad as opposed to trying to present your screen like I'm presenting over here. And do something more where you can present with your iPad and use that as maybe a tablet or something that you can write on, or even use the camera as a document camera. So let me show you a couple examples here. I'm going to stop presenting on my computer now, and you're just going to see me, but then I am going to start presenting on my iPad. So now you should be seeing my iPad screen over here as this is recorded, and I can see my iPad screen. I have my computer in front of me, I have my iPad in front of me, and that allows me to kind of use both. But I'm still in the same Meet. So all I did was I set up a Meet on my computer, and then I joined that Meet on my iPad using the app, and then I can use this as a space for different notes I might want to write. So I'm going to open up Notability, and through there, I'm going to just pull, see if I can pull one of these. So I'm just going to start a new note here. And let's say I have, maybe I have notes on here that I want to pull in, or I have things that I want to be able to use. But even if I'm not, I can use my finger, or I have an Apple Pencil that I've been using. If I have something that I want to write a note about, or maybe I just want to do some math problems with students, then what I can do is set that up. I can screen share with my iPad. I can walk through so that they can see both my face and the iPad at the same time. And I can explain, 10 plus 5. Okay, I can walk through those steps. Very simplistic, very easy. But if I have something that is going on and I want to be able to annotate, write, use, then I can do that within this area. But let's say, I have some form or some type of document. Okay, so let me see if I can find one here. Okay, here's a tracing PDF that I had received from our son's daycare, the high school daycare, and preschool, and something they send to us and something that they can practice on. And this could be any PDF. So I'm just using an example because it's the first one I could pull in that, we've had our kids kind of practicing on our iPad here. But if I have something a little more in depth, like a worksheet or a PDF or maybe a lesson, or the one I've been hearing is anchor charts. If you guys have anchor charts that are digital, or maybe you downloaded from somewhere and you have the digital version before you blew it up and laminated it and posted it on the wall, you can have that anchor chart pulled up in a digital form and ready to, I'm going to trace the letter A. Okay. I can go through all of those pieces with the students regardless, as long as I have, even if I'm using just my finger, I can still go through and make those changes, or write on those different pieces. So if I'm just making marks on that iPad, kids are going to see that. They're still going to see my face. They're still going to see this as maybe a screen presenting. Okay, let's say we want to do something maybe the opposite, and I don't necessarily have a piece of paper in front of me, but let me just pull something up here. Okay, got some same kind of setup. I would still screen present. I would still screen record. I apologize. There may be a kid that runs in here. But if instead of doing my screen presenting, if I just open the camera on my iPad and I hold it up to a piece of paper, again, anchor chart, piece of paper on my desk. I don't have a great setup currently right now for, propping this up and holding it up, but I can use this as now I can use it as a document camera that I have on. Just using the camera of the iPad and just holding it over a piece of paper, I can write on that piece of paper and I can use it as that document camera. So just a couple ways here as we look at maybe some solutions that could be useful for you, could be beneficial for you, and different ways that you can use your iPad and Google Meet and your computer all together as you set this up. So just a couple things that is you guys kind of test out, or maybe you're using Google Meet with students, things that may be beneficial for you to use from time to time. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Sorry for the choppiness. Sorry for the, we're all trying to make things work during this extended e-learning time, but hopefully that helps a little bit as maybe some different ways to do that. So again, just a couple quick steps. I set up the Google Meet on my computer, joined it through my computer using the webcam. I still have the webcam on my face. I could really use the webcam on the iPad too if I wanted to. If I just wanted to run everything off the iPad, I could, but it does help a little bit to maybe have a different perspective instead of, if I'm using the iPad webcam and looking over it, that's going to be looking straight at my face as I write over it. So having two separate cameras or two different devices helps a little bit. So anyways, started the meet, joined on my computer, and then joined on my iPad as well, and then presented the screen of my iPad so that technically I do have two versions of me in this meet, but now I'm presenting my iPad and now this device that I can write on, manipulate, and use. So if you do have any digital documents or you do have anchor charts that you want to write on and present to students, you can. And just like Snagit, I can record this meet. So I'm recording this meet now. I'm not using any other extra software. I'm just using the recording feature on the meet to record the meet, and then I can send it out for kids who don't join the meet live. Or if I just want to do a lesson while I just want to do the lesson, I can set up the meet and I don't need students to join at all. I can just set it up, do all this, and then record as I go through my lesson. So that's not a permanent feature. That recording feature is not permanent, but at least for right now, you can use that simultaneously. But in the future, if you do want to use like a document camera or screen record or screen share on your iPad, you can do so, and it'll just have to be live instead of recorded. But currently, you can record and use that. So hopefully that's a little bit of help. Again, try to make do with everything that's going on, and hopefully this helps just a little bit. Thanks. Have a good weekend.